Well, what's going on, YouTube? Back again with another shoe appointment. My name is Hayes, veterinarian and sneakerhead, hence the shoe vet. For all my returning clients, thanks again for coming back again. And if you're new here, well, again, like I said, my name is Hayes. I'm a veterinarian and a sneakerhead. If you want to become a client, it's really just simple. Hitting the subscription button down below, as well as that notification button, so that you know the next time I upload any content. For today, though, guys, I'm really pleased to do this review for you guys. We hit another big one here at Off-White Nike. You already know what it is from the title, the Off-White Jordan 5. I was able to hit for retail. This shoe released on February 15th, 2024. The retail price of $225, which is, I mean, it's kind of up there though, but compared to what resale's looking like, I'm blessed to have them to pay just retail. I struck out on many other raffles as well as sneakers, but was able to pick it up off of a raffle on my local Off-Whites. I just love having an actual Off-White store in my city of Las Vegas right now. So yes, thank you sneakers guys, because yeah, I don't know, actual sneakers app, we just haven't really been friends for a long time. But yes, with the introductions out the way, let me introduce to you guys today's review, the Nike Off-White Jordan 5. Alright, now I hope you guys enjoy that introductory B-roll footage. I'm kind of still feeling out how I really want to do things on here, so just do me a solid and let me know in the comment section down below, do you guys like the way that I showed this off? That's basically what I'm getting at, you know. Is it engaging? Is it entertaining? Are you getting all the good looks that you guys really like? Just let me know, okay? But yeah guys, I think it's about that time we go ahead and dress up. Let's go ahead and grab our shoes and let's go ahead and jump into this review. Alright, now starting over the box, we do actually got to take a little bit of time to go over the details. It's not just a really bland, stereotypical Yeezy box. There definitely are some details on this. Overall, this box is obviously pretty reminiscent of a Jordan 5. You know, you got your, it's a flip open box, and you got your, all black top with your cement gray bottom. You have a red Jumpman logo on the top as well as on the side, both sides towards the corners with the Air logo at the bottom of it. On the bottom part of the box, you got your sizing tag, Air Jordan 5 Retro SP. I got mine in a USA size 9, Euro 42.5, UK 8. 27 centimeters. As I mentioned before, retail price is $225. The official colorway of this is black, red, and muslin. Now, big standout feature is that, I mean, holy moly, Virgil's been really cutting a lot of holes in this stuff lately. It's even in like his mainline Off-White. It's even in its mainline fashion collection of Off-White. You got a couple holes on the box that is translucent, so you can see the actual shoes as well as tissue paper. You have a bunch of them on this top part. You got even more on the front part of the bottom. I don't see any on the side, at least on this side, and oh, we got one on this side. So yeah, you got a bunch of holes all over, scattered over the box. You have a lot on the top panel as well as the side panel on the top part. You got a couple of them on the front of the bottom as well as the sides. And then you have a couple of them on the back too as well. Each and every hole is again translucent, so you can see the shoes as well as the tissue paper. The tissue paper is not a typical tissue paper. It is completely made out of plastic and does have a lot of Off-White logo branding on it. And then of course, as you probably would know, underneath that, we get to the shoes. Now, bringing out the shoe, I'm going to try and be as detailed as I can with this, because I do want you guys to use this as a legit check. As you know, Off-White Nike, Travis Scott Nike, things like collabs like that, a lot of, you know, counterfeit sellers will try and, you know, push those on you. So I'm gonna try and do my part as a sneakerhead and a YouTuber to give you guys the best detail review I can, so that hopefully you guys can legit check your shoes on this video and then be able to tell, is this a legit pair or is this a fake, okay? All right, now going down the upper of the shoe, it is primarily composed of a synthetic nylon mesh material. It does come in this elephant gray color that I think does mesh really, really well with this shoe. See what I did there? Looking at the stitching of this nylon material, it looks like it's pretty much a repeating like diamond pattern all throughout the actual shoe. Some of the standout features of this shoe is that on the lateral aspect towards the heel on each shoe, you do have the number 23 that's embroidered onto it and then covered with the layer of that mesh material. Also on both shoes, down by where your Achilles is, you do have Nike branding with the Air branding, both embroidered on the back and then covered with that nylon mesh material as well. There isn't anything towards the heel on the medial aspect of the shoe. What is on the medial aspect of the shoe though is in typical Off-White Nike fashion. You do have, you know, the little Off-White paragraph. This one's a little bit hard to read because it is pretty covered up, but from the parts I can see, you can see Off-White for Nike, Air Jordan 5, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, circa or C 1990. Overlaying that Off-White paragraph on the medial aspect of the foot, as well as symmetrically on the lateral aspect of the shoe as well, you do have like this overlay of like some rubber material that kind of comes off as like a, I want to say a creamy off-white. It's almost like a white that's starting to oxidize. Has like a little bit of a yellowish tint to it. I can't really think of a good color description for it though, but that's just what it looks like to me. Of course, one of the big aspects and one of the most polarizing aspects of this shoe as well is these hole cutouts. So each shoe has 4 holes in it. There's a very, very thin piece of nylon mesh material that lines each of these holes, including over the paragraph on the medial aspect of the foot. So the thing about these holes is that you actually can cut these out. I read an article online, I forgot the name of the website, but I think Virgil said something about he wanted the air outside the shoes to be the same air that's inside the shoes. Does it make sense to me? Absolutely not, but I mean, that's why, you know, I'm just a little veterinarian in Vegas and he's a multi-millionaire fashion designer. Now, I think it is pretty important to kind of note the placing of these holes. I think that could be a pretty big way to figure out is your shoe counterfeit or not. It's the same on each shoe. The hole on the medial aspect is cut just a little bit higher than what's on the lateral aspect. And from the looks of things too as well, the holes that are towards the midfoot area are pretty much the same in the same location on each side. More details with the shoe. I mean, going with the tongue, you do have that, you know, cut off raw edge at the top. The tongue itself is pretty dope, so only on the left shoe you do have a cutout hole that kind of can help you put on the shoe as well, since there is no pull tab. What's dope about the tongue is that it comes in a nice, you know, cool cement gray, but that gray is actually 3M reflective. So I think it gives the shoe a lot of pop, especially for photos. It gives this shoe a lot of character. You have a red Jumpman logo that's embroidered on top of it. Looks pretty clean. Going down to your laces, it comes standard with flat black laces that do have your typical shoelace and quotation marks towards the end. You do have 2 other pairs of laces that comes in with the shoe. You got a cream white and then you got a red. Just like with 5s, you do have a kind of off-white, kind of yellowy tint lace toggle that does have a red button on it. For this shoe, your standard zip tie does come in a black color. Honestly, I think the red one would have been pretty dope in this shoe, but oh well. So your lace eyelets, at first look, I thought it was more of that, you know, kind of silicone rubber material that are on the midfoot panels on the medial and lateral aspect of the shoe. But when actually feeling it, it feels pretty tough and hard. I think it's more of just a plastic material on this one. And it's coming in like a kind of a dark oil gray, really dark olive color. Running down the throat of your tongue too as well, you do have this panel of that same silicone rubber material that's on the medial and lateral panels of the shoe. This panel does have the same kind of vertical cuts that are in the, you know, panels of the midfoot. One thing to note too as well is that all throughout the upper of the shoe, where there's stitching, there's a lot of frayed edges, kind of giving this shoe more of that rugged, deconstructed look that Virgil definitely goes after a lot. I forgot to mention too as well that around the ankle collar of the shoe, you do have that cut off, you know, open frayed edge of foam. The padding inside of the shoe is all foam too as well. Ooh, a really nice detail on the ventral side of the tongue is that you do have an Air Jordan logo that's upside down and reversed, but because of that hole cut out in the left shoe, it just says Air Jordan. It cuts off the DAM part. I think that's a really nice touch. On the right shoe though, it says Air Jordan completely throughout, because like I said, there is no hole cut through on the right tongue. Moving down to your midsole is completely made out of rubber, and there is a see-through air unit that kind of comes in this, you know, oxidized yellow color. Towards the cranial aspect of the midsole in cement gray color, you do have like this shark tooth design, which I do believe in that same article, I think Virgil got inspiration from World War II aircraft. So this rubber midsole, as far as the colors running from most caudal, so the back part of the shoe, to most cranial, to the front part of the shoe, goes from like a crow black to a cement gray to kind of more of a more dirty, oily gray. It's almost a mix between, you know, that elephant gray on the top and then this oxidized yellow on the bottom, which is a good segue to getting to the outsole. So you do have a full length rubber outsole that does alternate between, you know, this yellow oxidized, you know, see-through translucent rubber, as well as kind of like this semi-translucent gray color too as well. You got some Nike branding that's on the gray part, and then more towards the cranial aspect, or more towards your toe, in the oxidized rubber part, you do have a red Jumpman logo. The shoe does come with a removable insole that does have some Nike Air branding towards the heel part. There's nothing on the bottom, and it is pretty flimsy. You have your sizing label towards the medial aspect of the shoe, more towards your heel. And I guess this isn't really the biggest detail, but you do have a little patch of that cement gray on the medial aspect of the foot towards your toe. And I think that's gonna about do it for this shoe. Again, guys, if you haven't subscribed at this point in the video, I think by now you know you're interested. You know you want to. Go ahead, become a client of mine, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. But with the review out of the way, let's go into, you know, sizing, my thoughts and feelings about this shoe. So as far as sizings, I went down to a size 9. I'm a true to size 9.5. I feel like Jordan 5s fit just a little bit big on me, and I think this is a nice, good, snug fit. But honestly, I probably could have gotten away with true to size, so I would say stick to your true to size. You probably worn a Jordan 5 before, but if not, I say stick true to size, and you should be on the good side of things. As far as overall look and comfort, when I put this on, I mean, as far as looks, I mean, come on, like these are sick. You know these are fire. I think the resale market knows that too as well. These will, if you cop for retail, I'm not a full-blown reseller, but if you are part of that gang, I don't condone it. But if you are, definitely gonna be a hold. I mean, these are hot. You know what I mean? These are just stupid crazy. I think the amount of details that he put into this is just astounding. Even the stuff with the holes, I think the holes are a pretty good look, as well as, you know, just the overall look and feel with the panels, the silicone rubbering, the 3M reflective tongue. Like, I really, it's a subtle, it's well, not really a subtle thing per se, but it's just an overall small detail that just adds a lot of pop and character to the shoe. Especially, you know, if you're flexing on the gram, you know, anything like that, or even just walking into a, you know, brightly lit place. I think it was pretty cool how he already made the outsole already kind of that oxidized color. He's already aged the shoe for you. I think it's pretty cool how that was done. In all honesty, outside of the original 10-pack, I think these are probably gonna be my most, you know, coveted and my favorite off-white Nike collab right now. I think the Ducks, I think the Dunks that I have, I think that was a pretty cool shoe. I do like the double lacing system, but honestly, I'm feeling these a lot more than that. I know he came out, what else did he come out with? He had the MCAs, the blue ones. I mean, it's just a blue Air Force One, so And am I forgetting anything right now? Outside of the 10? Not really. I mean, oh, well, then there's the Vapor Streets, and yeah, I was never really a fan of the Vapor Streets, the little waffle-looking things, whatever like that. Pass on all those. Pass on all those. Back to business, though, man. This shoe is crazy. So pleased and blessed to get this. Unfortunately, at the making of this video, this is past the Travis Scott Nike Dunks, and I know, at least for me, caught that fat L, or is it gonna be L on this on the camera? I have no idea right now, but whichever way it goes, I got the L, okay? If you got an L with me, comment L's down below. We're passing it all around. You know what it is. But yeah, guys, I think that'll about do it for today. Again, become a client by subscribing, hit the notification bell down below. Let me know what you thought about this shoe, what you thought about this review in general too as well. How are you liking the Nike Off-White collabs that are happening outside of the original 10? And I'll see you guys in the next video, okay?